Today, on This American Dice, will Aji's dirty deeds come back to bite him? How much do he or Taiyo really want to know what's in Naritoki's journal? What shocking accusation will be made by Yugare's wife? And will a force from beyond the grave gain further hold over Ishi? Find out today on This American Dice. What's your next move? So we'll say it's right after you just met with Yugare's wife, talk to her. What's your next move here?
It was to find Michitaka, but not now.
That's not the goal right now?
Nope.
Alright, change it up.
I don't... Well, after this, if it was on my own, I would. But now I have more direction. And so I need to talk to Yogo Sako.
Okay.
Who I believe to know where the last whereabouts of Magda.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yogo Sako is easy to find. She is in her office at the Civil Hall.
Sako-san,
Aji?
I've been told that Magda had a journal of Naritoki's. You know where Magda is now?
She will, she'll signal like a servant or whatever to like close whatever doors so you guys can speak privately. And she'll say, as we agreed, Magda has been dealt with and is no longer a threat to you.
A large city surrounded by green walls and acres of poppy fields. A group of monks traveled toward the city, exchanging prayers for whatever alms the poor peasants of the countryside can spare. In the noble quarter, we see a beautiful but imposing palace and a foreign-looking minareted estate. In the temple quarter, we see the glistening white temple of the sun goddess with a 60-foot pole topped by a shimmering golden spear, and the temple of the fortune of wealth with its towering statue of the patriot god of the city. Next door, in the merchant quarter, we see busy streets with noisy merchants selling wares from all over Rokugan and beyond. On the other side of the Bay of Drowned Honor, the fisherman's quarter, dirtier with poorer commoners, meaner gangs, and shabby dwellings amid the docks and warehouses. We pass the leather workers' quarter, the home of the Ada, the Untouchables, and the only building of notice there, the city crematorium. Finally, we arrive at Teardrop Island, the license quarter, with its perpetual twilight of hanging lanterns, fine sake and geisha houses. We follow a man in a basket hat as he's beckoned inside by a beautiful geisha. He enters and removes his hat. We see one of the monks from the beginning. Ryoko Owari, City of Lies.
That's what I always assumed. There's no change in that. But this journal is now that I know about it, it's a very important piece of evidence that we need to find out what happened to Naritoki. Do you have any information on it?
And she'll say, I didn't find any journal.
Were you saying you were there?
Sounds like you're reading her.
Let's go.
Let me just do it all down.
Yeah. Damn it. You got a 5, right? Oh,
hey, even
man.
better. 11, not too bad.
Wait, is your character telling the truth?
About what?
What
She said, I didn't find any journal. Yes, she's absolutely telling the truth.
All right. Just want to make sure.
She didn't kill him herself.
Oh.
Well, they found the body in the harbor in the bay, right? So I'm assuming
You're thinking of Miyamoto Ogai.
Miyamoto was found in the bay.
Her body wasn't found.
Her body wasn't found?
Never.
She was never found.
Nobody has heard. No one has heard from Magda. Period.
Oh, we didn't even see it on screen, right?
No, we didn't even see that.
We saw
So someone like came off of a horse, and we saw their boots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the
and
boots
like
and their sword.
credits.
So the boots and their sword.
It implied. Let's see.
We saw their sword.
Okay, well,
We saw them shift their sword scabbard into frame.
Everybody's got a sword.
Maybe Magda's like a Super Saiyan.
Could be true.
how can I get Asako to admit to killing Magda?
How can you get her to admit to killing Magda? To you?
I mean,
How can you get her to tell you the details of
the details of the
how it was
murder.
done?
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to do her some kind of favor, not just promise her more favors or promise her more money, because you still owe her at least if you pay her 1 more wealth now, you still owe her 5 wealth.
What if you pour her a full cup of tea?
You're saying I have to fill her cup.
So, well, she, I think she doesn't. Yeah, at this point, you already owe her a sizable chunk of cash. So so like you'll have to do her a favor, or you'll have to something like that.
I can just investigate a single person.
All right. How does can I ask how does Asako feel about the journal?
How does Asako feel about the journal?
Yeah.
She wants to find it too. She's worried about it similarly. If you want to know where it is, she also wants to know where this is.
Kind of derailed my train of thought.
Oh no.
Well, if you didn't find a journal, Asako, I'm going to look for it. Don't know where yet.
She'll say, as a family member of his, is that something you're sure you would want to know? Would it not be better to let someone else make sure that that's not found?
Are we talking about the journal? Are you talking about the journal?
Yes. Are you sure you'd want to know what's in there?
I believe I do, as a family member and as a magistrate.
And she'll kind of like look at some various paperwork on her desk, and she'll say, are you sure your interest in one might not be detrimental to the other?
I did not think it would be. Do you know something I don't?
She says, Magda was supposedly Naritoki's foreign mistress. If you think she had this journal, is it really probably the best thing that you want that journal found?
It may hurt my honor. I believe I owe it to Naritoki to find out the truth of what happened.
Well, if you want me to keep an eye out for this, absolutely. That's something I can do for you.
All right, I would appreciate it. All right. Do you have any suggestions on where I should look?
She says, I'll keep an eye out and an ear open, and when I catch wind of something, I'll let you know.
I never met Naritoki. I've only heard stories about him.
She says, he was a very good magistrate.
Let's see. Well, thank you for your time. I'll be leaving.
And you paid her another wealth, right? Okay. That works. Cool.
I want to talk to Yogo Asako also.
If there's like a formal invitation
Sure.
to it, I think she's kind of like, if you have like servants go and invite her, they're kind of like reluctant. There's like a reluctance.
All right. Boring.
Monster.
Not cool.
But she'll do it, but it's you can tell it's something that she's not like super psyched about.
Fair enough.
But yeah, she'll
Good.
okay.
I have the advantage.
So, I think she'll. You can definitely make a manipulate roll to get her over there.
I'll give that a shot.
Okay.
My wife's cooking is people have said it's a vice.
Oh my.
I didn't know.
She boils Vice magazine. Not bad.
9.
So you're getting kind of there's like a back and forth with some servants with this invitation, and you're kind of getting that just to expedite this, that she'll almost view this as like a favor she's doing to you to meet with you privately.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll owe her a favor.
Basically, yeah. And she'll come by.
Oh wait, I'll spend one of my favors. I have so many.
Okay.
Can't hold all these.
It's true, I've been stockpiling them.
Okay, but yeah, she'll come by.
Okay. I should follow that.
You just don't those favors have to be ascribed to a certain person? Or it's just like you get one favor?
It depends. With that new move and with my other move, I just get favor.
Okay.
Yeah, some things are literally just favor.
And I have favor with specific people I have marked down to.
Sure. Yeah, she'll come by. And she'll be like,
is she dressed like formally?
I don't think she's dressed too much more formally than normal.
Fair enough. Yeah, and I'll do the whole dinner thing. Then afterward, just like the dinner parties long ago, just like, oh, now it's business time.
So she's fairly kind of quiet through most of it.
There's some like very, very brief small talk that she'll make like with your wife.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the new house that I moved into?
It's very nice.
Yeah, I really appreciate all the. I thank the fortunes for all the good luck I've been able to get since I've come to this city. And I think you're one of the people responsible. I'm very thankful.
Well, those who do their duty to the city are usually rewarded.
My colleagues and I couldn't keep the peace without your diligence. I wanted to say thank you, but I also have a couple other things to bring up. I know this Michitaka is a problem. Aji told us about this duel that he had with him. That apparently they came to words.
I'd heard they came to blows.
Yeah, he guess he thought he could control his cousin, but it seems that that's not the case anymore.
That's unfortunate. Michitaka was released to Aji's custody.
He and I have come to the conclusion that that shouldn't have happened. If you and your men could bring him back into custody, I think that's the best thing for the city.
Absolutely. Sounds reasonable. Is there a reason Michitaka should be pursued with particular fervor?
Well, he's already proven that he's willing to murder for baseless accusations, and now he's disfiguring magistrates. If I were Aji, I would be more perturbed with that, but he said a duel, so I guess there was no crime, but in that action at least, but it's disturbing to me at least.
Understandable. Well, we'll certainly keep an eye out for him.
And then maybe like my wife comes by and I'm like, oh, can you just go to bed? I think we might be talking for a little while longer.
Sure.
And then so to make sure that she's like completely out of here and then just kind of the mood changes maybe, and I'm like hushed more, and I'm like also I've noticed some other problems with the farming trade, if you understand my meaning.
And what are those?
And she was part of the cartel things too, right?
She wasn't meeting with you there, but they basically said let her look into all this stuff.
Right, but wasn't she at the first meeting?
Was she at the first meeting? I don't think she was.
I want to say she was, but I don't.
Oh, no, she was at the second meeting where they were like, listen, Naritoki's journal isn't around. She was at least at one of the meetings.
Gotcha. So yeah, do they have like a name for that? Is it the cartels? I think I named them that.
That's probably what would be the best thing to like describe it as, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the three cartels, it seems I have a opinion that they're being set up against each other.
Do you know who would do that?
I don't. I think that's the even more dangerous question, isn't it? Like who would want that to happen? Makes the most sense, the unicorn, but it could be anyone, and it seems like my cousin Korichika is taking it the worst.
Well, not completely the worst.
No? How do you mean?
Or she says just whatever it was, 2 days ago, a day ago, Saryoku's whole operation seemed to fall apart.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, I mean, I think I know he's gearing up to for some kind of brawl, unless something's done to quell these troubled waters.
Well, it'd certainly be a good idea for him to keep calm, as that'll let business continue as best it can in this city. This order is what's most important and most beneficial to everyone involved.
Absolutely. I went to the governor with this information, and she said to bring it directly to you, since not all pages.
Ooh, and I think this is when she'll remind you of something, and I'm just kind of using it as like my own opportunity to give you guys a reminder of this.
Sure.
Which we may never have like gotten into. She's basically like, and she'll basically say, anything regarding investigations into illegal opium is purely a local matter. If there's people selling illegal opium, if there's people manufacturing opium in some illegal form, it's purely a local thing, which I'll take care of. And she'll also kind of remind you about like a lot of the areas outside of the city aren't under your jurisdiction. And she's not telling you that, but she's just kind of reminding you. I'm more using it as the GM to kind of remind you of that kind of thing. But she'll probably bring it up and say, like, so anything that pertains to those things, I'll look into and take the lead on those things.
Mm-hmm.
She'll basically say, like, I've got that stuff. It's actually outside of your jurisdiction.
I wouldn't want any of my colleagues, like Ishi or anyone, to embarrass themselves by overstepping their bounds.
And she'll say, well, as the regional magistrate, I'm the one who has the authority to handle those matters.
And then I'll give her.
And she'll almost basically say, and like the equivalent of signature would be required to like make arrests on most of those matters as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. I remember what I was going to say. Like, man, I was going to say something, now I forgot. I'm going to tell her all the info I had about the horse and all that.
I think about that horse.
Yeah, the star horse and watchful and all that.
Okay.
Like, the reason why I think it's like a...
Right, and she'll tell you, she'll reiterate, she will basically also say, like...
Pretty much like, here's my file that I've completed on this.
She'll kind of like nod her head a bunch and like kind of thank you, at least initially not offering up much more information.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like, you handle this, I don't want to...
Yeah, and she'll say, like, we had done some interviews as well. It's good to hear some of the same material, the same information from another source. But we'll handle this. Security is being redoubled to make sure that... and she'll just tell you this, like, security is being redoubled to make sure that no criminals end up stealing more of the legal opium of the city.
And does it look like she's withholding information from me?
Oh, there we go. Let's roll the bones.
Okay.
Put your bones on the table.
Is this a read a person, I assume?
Absolutely. Not too bad. 9.
Gotta get your character to the whole truth.
Here's a thing that you'll basically learn about her through this, and you kind of like look at her as you're describing this information about like what you know so far. Yogo Osako is basically like appointed as the magistrate of this area by Ishi Shoju, the head of the Scorpion clan. She's given this title and this position.
My uncle.
He's some kind of relative of yours. Yeah.
My great uncle.
Maybe something. But so she's given this position. She's not appointed by Hyobu or by Korichika, and certainly not by Soshi Serioku. However, she is completely in the pocket of the cartels. Bought and sold. Absolutely. In the pocket of the cartels.
Sure.
Anything that threatens the stability of these cartels is a big problem to her. Because that's what she's basically like all about. And so anything that threatens the stability of this is a big threat to her. So if you tell her that you think it's other people, the big thing that she wants to know is that you will do your absolute best to turn this is kind of old news, but to keep the cartels as they are. That's what she wants. Things are very good for her, and she wants to keep these cartels as they are, and she's not happy that they're already very upset. Like, one of the 3 legs of this stool has been kicked out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, great. Taiyo's on board. This came into the city, and it's one of the biggest, most prosperous cities in the whole empire. I want to do everything I can to make sure that everything works the same as it was before we got here. So I want to make sure that these cartels don't come to blows.
Sounds like you're manipulating her.
Is this vice?
You definitely get the +1.
Yeah.
Wait, do you get +1s on read a person?
No, it's not read. It's seduce or manipulate. Dealing with vice.
Oh no, I was trying to see since you read her on that thing and you're connected to it.
I think that's read a situation.
Yeah, it is. Is it vice? It's relating to vice, but it's not offering her up any vices.
Yeah, that's true. It says with sex or vice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Not pertaining to. It's with.
Right, because it's not like she's an opium addict and you're offering that to her.
Man, I gotta mess with Aji more.
There you go. 7?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Same deal.
Okay. So she can tell you a little bit more. She can tell you a bit more of this stuff, but what kind of assurance could you give her that you're totally on board.
More assures I could give her. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'll say, I'm doing my duty to Lord, and especially my duty to the city. Thankfully, move into this place that's slightly more, I want to say, safe, away from prying eyes of, the city. Spotlight it as the magistrates. Able to do this based on the influx wealth that clan men or women are providing to me. So it's the family's the most important thing to me, and I really hope that these cartels are able to continue keeping us in this house. So between the lines, like, I want this money to keep going to my wife.
Okay, basically just saying that you want to continue to get this money. I think that can work out pretty well.
Yeah, just like assuring that's in my best interest.
Okay. She'll tell you that she'll be like, she understands some of your skepticism about this. Shosuro Kimi specifically said that she was riding with Otado during when he supposedly attacked Soshi Seryoku's cartel. And based on that description, basically Otado has an alibi from his cousin, the governor's daughter.
Right.
So something's up and something's weird with that. Like, that doesn't jive. But as an extra precaution, Hyobu's ordered a lot more of the Thunder Guard out into her poppy fields. And the word her would be underlined in that sentence.
Right. Okay. So she's implying that the governor is doing it?
Oh no, that the governor's, you can kind of tell that the governor, or she'll basically just say, like, to ensure the safety of her crops, given that there have been these robberies. Oh, the big thing that she'll tell you is, she'll be like, she'll tell you that Hyobu got robbed. Hyobu's stuff got robbed too. She'll tell you that. And that, according to the, let me double check this one. According to like the witnesses that were there.
Let me guess. The other person was implicated. Seryoku.
Oh, they'll say, like, witnesses said that Soshi Seryoku was there in person involved with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they were all implicated. They're all robbed, and everyone else was implicated against each other. So, I mean, it seems to me like it's much less likely that everyone decided to rob each other at the same time, and much more likely that someone's setting everyone up.
And she'll basically say, that makes sense, but that doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean that one of the victims wasn't also the perpetrator. Might not also be a perpetrator in this. And given Seryoku's powers, this isn't something that would be beyond her ability. As well as given her discontent, might not be beyond her motivation.
What are you saying?
And she'll basically be like, oh, she has the runt's share.
The governor?
Or no, Seryoku. Yeah, she'll be like, I think she'll just kind of leave it at that. And you remember back at that meeting.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that she had said like I have the tiniest market of all three of us.
Her thing was also destroyed. Her mechanism.
She'll say. Ooh, and she'll just kind of put forward like, well, there's maybe at least the first part of that was a ruse on her part that went a little farther than she thought.
I guess it makes way more sense that just an outside force is doing this. It's too convenient.
She'll say, I guess I'm going to have to keep my eyes open for that as well.
Yeah, right. And then, interestingly, I think I'm going to also say, which we can skip over, but I'm like, oh, and also I put Aji on the journal case. She's like, yeah, duh. Yeah,
and she'll say, maybe just remind him that if he were to find it, any of that information, any negative information coming out would be specifically about one of the prominent members of his family. All right, Ishi.
It scared me for some reason.
I'm here to spook you.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little spooky in here. We only need to summon a ghost now.
So a day or two has passed since Watchful's death.
Okay.
What is your game plan?
What is my game plan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to send my guards to the moon caves.
Okay.
I'm going to I have half a dozen, so I have 6 guards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send 3 of them and 2 horses to the caves.
Dude, we're going to have to snuggle.
6 men. What?
Do you want
3
them-
men and 2 horses? You said, right?
Well, I meant like they're gonna ride on. Okay.
Said,
I meant like 2 long distance horses. They're gonna ride on 3 horses to get there.
do you want them to like stay in the actual cave itself, or should they stay in that village that's near the cave?
They're gonna stay in the village, and they're gonna have to end up going and checking on the cave pretty much every night.
Okay.
Oh, when's the full moon?
Or yeah. That's stupid for them to check it every night. The full moon's
No,
only
they
once a
should.
month.
No. I'm on board with them checking in every night.
That seems ridiculous.
I don't know what phase of the moon it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, but they did it full moon last time.
They probably have to prep it or
It's
something.
probably been there's probably already been a full moon since then.
Oh.
So just because based on like the
it's been
fact
a
that we
month,
said
I
it
guess.
had been a month and then it's been a few
I
days
don't know
since
how
then.
months work in Rokugan.
That's
Yeah,
true,
that's
kind
true.
of.
This moon could
It's
be
every 4 days.
totally different.
Which moon are you talking about?
True enough.
Yeah, shit. It's a total shit show. Anyway, they have to check it once a day, once every 2
Okay,
days.
yeah, they can-
They have to
they-
check it a lot.
You can do that. The
other 3 will stay here.
all right. Go ahead and make a manipulate roll on that one to give them that order.
I'm going to manipulate these people, but okay. Well, it's not great.
That isn't great.
Oh no.
Take another point.
Okay. So yeah, these
Experience of it.
3 of these guys are like, oh, all right, and they'll
Fuck you.
they'll go
Every
head.
fucking night? That's like a fucking 2-hour hike, you asshole.
Yeah, they'll kind of get ready to. They'll kind of get ready for this trip. Meanwhile, some of the other guys, and again, we've got
Oh,
Goro,
is this guy's wife moving to the village?
Goro and Shige have names, so I'll just probably use one of them. They're like, what's been going on
Well,
out here? And I'll say that these are 2 of the guys that are.
they're going to go to the cave.
We'll say Goro is sticking around, and Shige is going to be one of the people going to the cave.
Who's the married?
Shige.
Shige. Well, there's been reportings of a cult that has gathered around this cave. And last we went to investigate, we chased them off while we were unable to capture any. We killed 4. We were unable to capture any, and...
Breezing right by that pterodactyl demon
Yeah,
thing.
I think Goro.
Goro...
I think you've told them about this stuff, and I think Goro's like, "That's not what I mean. I mean, what's with all the plumes out there in those fields?"
Oh, that. Well, they're guards for the opium. Some of the...
Well, he goes like, "We've seen them before. Why are there so many of them?"
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Something's going on in this town that has made the, I don't remember what I called them last time I talked to them, but has made the higher-ups scared. Has made the, like, I don't know. I called them over the word last time. I don't remember what the word
Okay.
was. It's made them scared, and so they're putting as many men out in the fields as they can muster.
Well, makes sense.
But anyway, I have to investigate that more. That's why only 3 people will be guarding the caves, because they need 3 more to stay here in case something happens during my investigation.
I'll say like, and you think that this cult with this demon might show up there again? This Oni,
That's what I'm scared of. I've contacted the
Thunderbird?
Coney?
the witch hunters, yeah, the Kuni.
I contacted the Cooney. I sent them a message, so hopefully they will send some Inquisitors out soon. We're going with it. Hopefully they'll send some Inquisitors out soon, but until then we have to make sure that they do not set up in this cave again and then try again.
All right. Well, I mean, do you think just the 3 folks will be enough if that thing shows up again? Did you give these guys like the full breakdown of the story?
What, that the demon showed up and then I couldn't kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are only there if you see a large gathering of cultists show up. I need you to ride to the city and alert me and the Thunder Guard, and we will ride out there and take care of the problem.
All right.
If you think that the demon is there, do not engage with it. It is,
Unless it's very romantic.
it's a very,
Then if you're willing to make a commitment, you can engage it.
it's, what the hell's the word I'm looking for?
Dangerous.
It's dangerous, but it has to be dealt with by people that's all they do. It has to be dealt with by professionals. So specialists, sure, specialists.
Like, all right. Well, I mean, we've just been hanging out here, and yeah, we've just been kind of bored waiting around. We've been training,
Yeah, no,
but
of course.
nothing's happened. It's been over a month. We've been in the city for 7 months,
I know it's been. This city does not want to give in. There's too much politics and not enough ability to prosecute crime here. Hopefully that will change as soon as possible. But I've requisitioned some supplies for you guys and some extra money so that you'll be well cared for out in this village. Only in a village with tiny.
And oh yeah, I think that's probably going to end up costing you a wealth to make sure that those guys can stay out there
That's
nice
fine.
and easy to keep like your soldiers here and then have these
And
other
then
guys
have
go do
another
other stuff in
station.
another
Yeah.
spot. Yeah,
That's fine.
Okay.
It'll cost me well.
that works. And Goro's like, well, based on your order, I'm one of the people staying here, so I guess I'll just keep waiting till we
Yeah.
know what to do.
Feel free to do reconnaissance around the area to see if there's any other large movements of troops that I ought to know about.
All right. If you want to roll read a situation, these guys could have helped you do that.
Yeah, sure. I don't know specifically what I'm looking to find out because they told me something that I don't think I know. But I did it.
Pretty good.
That's an 11.
Pretty damn good.
It's an 11. I almost
Alright.
wish it was 9 because I don't even know 3 questions.
You don't have to ask all of them. But the one thing I was like, would these guys give him a +1 to that? 11, not an issue.
It doesn't even matter. Fuck it. So what should I be on the lookout for? Can I ask a question a couple times? But like on different topics? Or no?
I think if it's the escape route way in, way past one, you definitely
Okay.
can. I'm not sure if you could redo.
Alright.
I think the trick is you can ask them in whatever order, so you can ask them as like follow-ups if you order them trickily.
Okay.
Questions whenever you ask them. It doesn't say explicitly you can't in this, but this also doesn't have like a big full rule book thing. But
Yeah, no.
let's just go with whatever your first one you think would be most relevant. And we can
Yeah,
get to the other
but
ones.
what should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for?
Either regarding bandits or opium.
There's a lot more of the Thunder Guards out in the in Hyobu's fields, in the fields that like Shosuro Hyobu's people cultivate for opium.
Oh, wonderful. There's a target for investigation. Alright. Has more guards than any other. The other fields don't, right?
It's not that they don't have any at all. There's still Thunder Guard like in the area, like nearby, but the vast majority, there's way more Thunder Guard near the Shosuro field than in the other areas.
Okay.
So that's something to kind of be on the lookout for, is they seem to be kind of fortifying those fields. Or not fortifying,
That's interesting.
but better manning those fields.
What enemy is the most vulnerable?
Enemy
Would it
is the most
be... Yeah.
vulnerable
Enemy
to.
is the most...
Never asked that one.
The whole city is my enemy. So,
Wow.
yeah, well, not the whole city, but 80% of the people in power.
You've got a description of this assassin that killed Watchful. Or you've got a description of the person who killed Watchful.
Yeah, tall, lanky. Weird ass man.
Ass mask.
That's one of your best like clues looking into stuff to try to figure out
Description
more.
of the lanky boy.
Yeah, just that there was somebody involved in this stuff that seemed like they were important in based on the paperwork you guys saw, the illegal opium trade, and they just got murdered like 3 days ago.
Okay.
After that happened 3 days ago, and then that murder occurred 2 days after her stuff had been robbed.
Yeah.
So her opium got stolen, then 2 days later she gets murdered. So there's that seems like a good clue, and you have a description of that killer. Yugare, what's your game plan? What are we looking to do next?
Well, my sights are really on the ninja situation. I feel like I got a little bit of a lead on it. Also kind of a dead end where I found this place and then...
Well, you discovered something new about them.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that it seems like they're...
You discovered something supernatural
Right.
about a group you had thought completely mundane in the past.
Right. So did I get the impression that this place is like abandoned during the day, but maybe it's busy at night, or like just was empty when I was there, and that's all I know?
I'll go ahead and tell you. I think you've got the impression that this place is, it was a headquarters, but it's been ditched.
Okay. But it had been the headquarters up until like I found it basically.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got there. Is people were going there that night. At least one person was.
Well, no, the way you found it was through like mystical means to look for clues.
That's true.
So when your mystical investigation successful in finding the headquarters, your mundane investigation didn't tell you too much.
Okay. Well, so you said that I got a report that someone else saw someone go in there and, I asked around and someone saw someone else go in and then leave very shortly afterward.
Yes.
This is maybe a stretch, so I'll see what you think. The way this move is worded is I can have a kami of the air whisper a message to anyone I desire.
Oh my god. Ooh.
Seems like a stretch to like get this second-hand person to like be receiving my message, but
that's a tough one. It seems like you would have to know who you're talking to.
yeah, that seems fair. All right, so
Good try.
I guess I kind of want to hang out in this room then, and seek the wisdom of the kami. Ask them for guidance, kind of like assessing the situation, but mystically.
Sure, go for it. Oh, we got an 8, 9?
9.
9.
I just saw that too. I'm like,
Yeah. 2 is only a small portion of my 9.
good.
So
2 is not 9.
Dun, dun, dun.
what is hidden from me would be my first one. I guess it'd be my only one. Yeah.
What is hidden from you? Ooh.
It's a good detective question to ask.
Yeah. What don't I know? Just
Well, there's obvious stuff that you don't know. But the thing that you get in the answer...
Rude.
no, it's just like, well, where are they? Is like the obvious one, yeah. But so I think the mystical answer to that question that you get is the kami of the air whisper to you that these ninja had very specifically angered someone in a position of great authority. Like very personally angered someone in a position of great authority. Let me rephrase this. These ninja had very personally betrayed someone in great authority. Of great authority. So that's one of the things that is hidden.
okay. That could be useful because that could lead me toward people of great authority. Although if they were working with the ninja, they probably don't necessarily want to talk about it. I think the best I can do maybe is to just tell the other magistrates what I found.
Okay.
So I'd probably, I guess, report back to Taiyo.
And are a lot of your trips out to the small holies into this like old headquarters at night?
No, I go during the day.
Okay.
Well, I had some bad run-ins at night. I don't fuck around with the night no more, you see.
Especially when I'm specifically looking for ninja, I'm kind of imagining that's their domain, and I don't want to run into them.
Okay. So you're doing this during the day?
Not enough running into dangerous people. Yeah.
All right. I think when you get back, before you tell these guys and you get back, Mizaki, like,
I love his movies.
Yeah, is like, oh, I got a Studio Ghibli. She asks like, oh, I've worked with the cook to prepare a dinner for the family. Basically asks you, where have you been today?
I want to read a person, I think.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Why are you asking? Who wants to know?
Who wants to know? Not a bad roll.
Yeah.
Sagacious.
11.
11. Pretty good.
Wow.
All right.
What's your game, spaceman?
Maybe we'll start with what does your character wish I'd do?
Ooh. She wishes you would tell her what's really going on.
Okay. I mean,
Weird.
But
Why don't you want that?
she won't. Yeah, but she doesn't at all say that. Like as you guys talk, she's kind of like, if you describe what you had been doing through the day, she like keeps asking more questions about things that you like seemingly have already answered.
So even though I feel like I would have told her everything already. Mm-hmm. And so she feels like I haven't told her.
So what is she really feeling?
Yeah.
Mistrust. She doesn't know if she should trust you or not.
Oh, no.
She thinks you're lying to her.
Dang.
Or she suspects you are lying to her.
That's harsh.
But she won't. But she again is not at all. You figure this out. In a work of regular detective work, you figure this out based on the fact that again she's asking you these same questions, and she's not an idiot. It's not like she's forgetting what you're saying.
And I'm just telling her the truth every time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right. So how could I get your character to? Oof. I got two options here. At first, I thought trust me, but I actually want her to
Just shut up.
How can I get her to tell me the source of her distrust?
Ooh.
What has caused her?
That's good.
God, what a question.
You have to. You have to prove that she can trust you.
Done.
Okay. I'm out of questions, but how do I do that?
So. But again, all this conversation is all very mundane, and she's just like, oh, and that was where in the city? Even though you've already said this.
Yeah.
And that was where in the city?
In the small holies.
And that's where is that again? I'm not familiar with the city.
Right.
Holy.
I've only been here for a day or two. I've been getting the house ready for the family.
So she'll only tell me why she doesn't trust me if I get her to trust me.
That wasn't your question. The source of the distrust.
Right.
Yeah. So not quite the why, but the source of the distrust. You're right. There's
I guess there's a subtle difference between the source and the nature of the distrust.
Mm-hmm.
Like who seeded the idea versus what is the... But... And I am more specifically asking what is the source. So... But... Okay. So until she trusts me, she isn't going to tell me where she got the idea of not trusting me. But I guess I will try to manipulate her into trusting me.
Always the good plan. You got it.
This is what marriage is.
I mean, manipulate is a weird word for that, but that applies here, right?
Seducer.
Uh-huh.
It's so long.
It's the same thing. It's the same move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Depending on how you work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I can do this in terms of like my station and what's allowed, but I would be willing to like invite her to help me and like work with me as much as that would be like socially acceptable, like, and if that would assuage her in any way. So that's kind of
That's what you're offering her?
right.
Okay.
I roll that.
Yeah, go for it. How'd that do?
Ooh, that's a 6.
That's a 6.
Oh,
Like a 7.
What's your elegant?
But in fact not.
0.
0. I thought your elegant was higher than that.
It's not.
Pretty much.
All right. Ooh, and I think she's like, oh, I couldn't do that. I have to watch the children, and I started growing, and she'll describe like several plants that she's growing in the garden, like that she's taken up a spot in the garden and begun to grow like this and this and this and this, and they were all herbs or things that little like delicacies that people grew in gardens in Dragonlands, and she's growing them for the family, and it's not the same climate, so she'll have to really watch them. So that way she's doing her best to take care of the family. And so she's...
Yep. Well, I'm going to tell her, I sense you don't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
bold.
If there's anything I can do to comfort you, please let me know. I care for you deeply, and though I would not have chosen for you to come, I am pleased that you're here. And I hope you will forgive me as I follow my duties to the Emperor.
She says, oh, absolutely, your duty, of course, your duty has to come first.
And then I'm going to go to Taiyo's house.
Okay, Aji, what are you up to?
I decided I want to go meet, I forgot which one. Like,
I definitely don't know.
who's the patron of the House of Foreign Stories? Hide... No.
Shinjo Sanafusa.
That's the son, right?
Is it Sanafusa or Yoshifusa? Is this? I think it's one of them. It's their family for sure.
Pretty sure it's. I think it's Sanafusa. Because the old guy can't go on the boat anymore. He's too old for a boat.
But you want to meet with the patron of their family?
It's Sanafusa.
Sanafusa, the son. Okay.
Where do I go for that?
What do you want to talk with him about?
Just want to talk to him about Holy Magda and find out what he knows about her.
Okay. Sure. You can arrange to meet up with him, and he'll meet up with you at their residence, or maybe in the that'll work. Either there or the Chasseur Gardens, but either one works.
Meet at his place.
Sure.
Hi, Senafusa-san. I'm here to ask about Magda. Do you know where she's gone?
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you'd be curious about her. I thought that would be something that was just a business matter for us, and that we'd be interested. Of course, on the other hand, she is a Gaijin, and so it makes sense that you'd be interested in knowing where she is. Anyway, what is your question?
Investigating. I've heard a rumor that she was Naritoki's mistress. Is this true?
Oh, this guy says I don't know. I can't say that I know. I mean, I'm sure if the House of Foreign Stories is a place he'd like to go, it's a very, very, very nice place, but I don't keep track of the patrons of the establishment.
I can respect that. But you have heard of this rumor, yes?
And he'll be like, oh, I don't usually pay attention to gossip like that. If I heard something like that, it wouldn't be any of my business.
See. Well, so let me ask again, do you know where Magda is currently?
Sounds like you're reading this guy.
I got a 5.
Oh no.
But I leveled up.
He'll say, well, I mean, say, I do not know. I mean, perhaps that should be something that you can look into. She may have been, very well may have been stolen. Kidnapped, perhaps.
Would you like to report a crime?
And he says, well, I don't know where she's gone.
But you don't know where either. When's the last time you've seen or talked to her?
And he says, oh, well, I have my servants take care of the matters of the business. That's not something I necessarily have to go there. Now, on the other hand, it would make sense I check in every now and again, but it's been some time.
Let's see. You don't know where she is. Do you know where she lived?
She lived there. I mean, if she could have a place like that, being a foreigner and all, why would she want any other place?
Just wondering if she lived anywhere else. Any question for this guy? His business. How's business at the House of Force?
He says, "Oh well, since Magda's gone, people have told me it's been a little less busy, but it's still just fine. I mean, on one hand, it'll probably help to not have a foreign face there, a little more familiar."
Don't you have to change the name of the business?
Oh shit.
And he says, "Well,
Oh shit.
I don't get too involved in those kind of matters. I mean, those are the things that the merchants usually take care of. But maybe the name could change if the person telling the stories isn't foreign. Now, the stories, if they're still foreign, then maybe that's a different story."
Dun-dun-dun.
Seems to me that you allow the merchants a lot of freedom in managing your own businesses.
And he says, "Well, that's their matters. That's their station, their lot in life. I mean, they can use our guidance and protection for sure, but that's usually their affairs to run those types of things. We obviously benefit in some patronage from them, or some like taxes or like payments from them for those services, but that's commerce is their business."
See, as a side note, have you talked to any of the Ide family?
He says, "Well, of course, they're cousins of mine. Absolutely."
Are they friendly cousins? How is your...
Oh, of course.
No rivalries going on?
And they'll say like they're we're part of the same clan. We're cousins. We all work for the same. We all work for the same greater purpose.
Sure. Sounds very similar to the Scorpions here. Don't they work well together, from what I can see.
And he says, I mean, I could see how that works, but wouldn't you trust someone from your family or someone from your clan? Cousins of yours, maybe?
I mean, who else can you trust but family? So,
Well, I could see that sounds like a good idea. They're not a part of the same exact specific family, but cousins certainly.
I mean, same bloodline, right? Most of us.
So, are you trying to get this guy to do a thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trolling him.
What if the internet was a conversation in person? So, yeah, he'll say like, well, I wish maybe I should get down to the House of Foreign Stories more often.
Good. I'd love to see you there sometime.
All right, where are we meeting up?
I guess you were coming to my house.
So I'll head on over. I don't know if, maybe... I think Yugare just likes to wander around alone a lot, which is not a great habit.
Based on the past.
Right. But when it comes to this, maybe he kind of has a better grasp. Like, I don't know, maybe Buttons came with me and, I send him to, knock on the door or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, not good at formality, but at least I know this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, I assume we
Yeah.
talk.
Comes in.
Um,
Maybe it's early evening or something. I'm so happy you're here. We're just about to have dinner. I heard your family was in town.
they are.
Yes.
I'm so glad they finally made it here. It's really unfortunate that it's right as I moved out of the estate, but I would love to meet them.
Of course, that would be wonderful. In fact, I hope that some of your family skills you might be able to share with me in terms of balancing the life of a magistrate with that of a father and husband.
Mm-hmm. And if my wife's with, we'll say, is she there?
Would she come with you?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, she's at your house.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
She would come
the other way
with me
around.
to
She can
her
certainly,
house.
yeah, she can certainly come out and be like, oh,
Yeah, I'll be I think I'm relatively well to her.
I fear my wife has brought with her a mistrust of me, and I'm unaccustomed to secrets, and I'm afraid I don't know how to comfort her.
Well, my wife, whose name is Yugare.
Check her name tag.
Yep. Yeah, wife.
it just says wife.
Yeah. Oh no. No, I think we don't keep any secrets from each other. That's the only way. Even though my nature is to protect you, I'm talking to her now. I just knowing that it's not my nature to even keep anything from even one syllable from you. Anything that she asks me, I tell her immediately. So that's but in the same time, I know that some questions are left unasked too. So I know it's a delicate balance, but one that and here's where Taiyo, one that we fostered by staying together so long in person. Maybe it's just that she's recently arrived, and it's still taking. It might take some time to get used to being around you again.
Let's make the heart grow fonder.
Yes, it is strangely new for us to be together, even though we were together so long and apart for only not even a year.
Mm-hmm.
It still feels like a lifetime.
And do you know if there's any problems at home or anything?
Unfortunately, I have not been able to bring her to discuss our family home as of yet. But it has only been a couple days, so I hope we will be able to bring my family here and visit. Perhaps seeing another family would be good.
You're welcome to the vacated rooms. Maybe it was the slightly bigger one or something. I don't know.
I think we said that.
especially if you have more beds.
Okay.
Making his own house go.
Did she? You said she already kind of like started expanding my room out.
She started decorating your room. 'Cause
Right.
Remember, you had said like, "Oh, I got rid of basically all decorations." So she kind of started setting that up.
Refurnishing it.
Yeah.
So then it would be good news if I come back home and say, "Hey, we get this other room too."
It would even if you just moved from the quarters you're in at the residence to the other quarters that Taiyo and his wife and children left, even just those quarters are bigger. So only slightly, but still. Let alone if it's kosher that you occupy both wings of two of the four wings of this estate.
Yeah, Yugare would not super feel comfortable about that, but see what Misaki wants. Well, I do have some matters of official business to discuss as well. I've been following up on the investigation you tasked me. I know you said your wife, you wouldn't keep any secrets from her. Is it okay to discuss that here?
Oh, I guess we're getting into business. If you wanna, I'm sure there's more interesting things you can attend to.
Okay.
So, as in, you can stay or leave. It doesn't matter.
That works. She'll kind of stick around for a bit to kind of help you guys, like, to pour out some more tea for everybody, and then afterwards, I think, kind of like, she doesn't like leave as soon as you say that, but she kind of like starts finishing things up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Well, I've found an abandoned hideout of the ninja, and there's evidence that there's more there than we had initially discovered. Perhaps a supernatural element where we'd previously only found them to be men in masks. They now seem to have a deeper mystery.
I think they're tied to the thing in the caves.
My instinct is still that they are not associated with the cult, but they could be tied into the demons. Directly or not, I don't know, but...
Which demons are you talking? There's so many demons going.
I have to suppose that all of the demons are connected.
And so I remember you told us about that horse demon one, right? Or you didn't tell us that one.
I don't think I did.
So, what
We know
demons did you tell about?
the ghost butler demon.
Alright, that one. Oh yeah, there's been 40.
Right? That's the one that we knew about?
I forgot about
Well, the one
that
we...
demon.
I was talking about the one in the cave initially. Like the...
Right.
But he's talking about what demons does he know about, which is the butler demon.
Which one is the butler demon?
It's my
Where he
demon,
killed the
Oh,
butler.
okay, yeah,
where
yeah.
I killed the butler. But that's
The only he
not
dreamt of. Yeah.
my demon now.
Right. Or is it?
Probably.
So anyway. Well, I don't know about that one. Like, Yugare doesn't know about...
I thought you
Your
mentioned. I
ghost.
thought you said you knew about Matsufukusho.
No, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay, that's much better.
Yeah.
You're fine with something. Something
I-
now you're good.
So Ty doesn't know about the ghost and doesn't know about the horse demon. Okay, I think I got it.
But you do know about the butler one, right? You told.
I think so.
Did we tell people? Yeah, I told people about the butler. Dude.
Yeah.
You had to have some excuse.
Yeah.
Had a bad dream.
He insulted me.
Well, you had felt there was that there had been
he
a
felt there was
presence
a
before,
presence. I
so
told people though, so I remember telling
So
people.
at least two demons or two weird things.
Right. You know what? Actually, I'll just tell you now about the horse demon. That I didn't think of it then. I didn't think much of it. I was seeking the guidance of the kami, and one spoke to me and asked for blood.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, I turned it down.
Good.
But that's yet another darkness in the city, and I don't know why I would come to any conclusion other than that they are related. Whether the ninjas are connected or not, that I don't know. But having learned that they do have some supernatural element to them, I'm willing to stay open-minded, but something is causing this to happen. And recently the ninja have betrayed someone of great power within the city, political power. The spirits did not guide me further in that regard, but I felt that I would bring that to you and the magistrates for our investigation.
None of that's good news.
It is not good news. It's very dire. The silver lining is that if there is a singular source to much of what has troubled us, cutting it off at the head could solve more problems than we might have anticipated in one fell swoop. We have to find the root of corruption. And all of my insights have indicated that this is that root is someone of great political authority.
We should probably bring this to the other magistrates too. There's a short list of people of great authority in the city, and if one of them was using ninja, that's especially bad.
Also, there's the question of why the ninja betrayed them. And though I don't live by the phrase, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, there may be a way to leverage perhaps the lesser power of the ninja in order to discover the root.
I wonder if did the kami specify its living person or someone that's still in authority? Because I've been wondering if Naritoki his reputation was as good as we thought it was.
That would require further research and meditation.
And so, how did he died by little knives or something, right?
And there was a fire.
Oh yeah,
And he's trapped in the carriage.
Right, so essentially he asphyxiated or burned to death in that carriage, but he had also been stabbed
I thought I just had an epiphany.
Inside the burned wreckage of his own carriage, his body was examined by eyebrows, had been burned and stabbed to the carriage walls. The carriage itself was badly burned.
The ninja we interrogated basically said that they had nothing to do with it, right? Is that correct in my recollection?
That's true.
I mean, that would be a good theory that the ninja betrayed him, and that was the betrayal, was they murdered him. But the one we investigated, although he may have been a mundane ninja who was not connected to the mystical element.
Yeah, is there just someone imitating this supernatural beings?
That could be.
I guess we should bring it to the rest of the magistrates. Well, thanks for bringing this to me. I was also wondering a good time to ask you, but I'm going to say son's birthday is coming up. I was wondering if you could take some time with them to bless them and cleanse them before their birthday comes.
Sure.
If you could do that personal favor for me.
Yeah.
I would. It would mean a lot to me, especially just make sure that their souls are.
Yeah, and do that. Perhaps we could arrange a time.
Yeah, maybe as soon as possible, especially with all the strange things going on here.
Ishi.
You're kind of going about your business, heading to the civil hall, and it's maybe the morning, so before the sun has fully risen, you're still kind of in that twilight of morning, and you pass by just almost a restaurant where there's not a ton of shops in the noble quarter, but there's a few here and there, little almost roadside stands to get just some food. The kind of place where we couldn't even really do a scene per se, and you kind of smell the food that's cooking and kind of continue on to the civil hall, and you hear a familiar voice to you indeed, and you hear, why haven't you spoken to him yet? Why haven't I been brought back to fix the wrongs you can? And it's definitely the voice of Matsu Fukushu.
Yeah. Time is not right. He's too concerned with demons. If I approach him now, then I'll be for nothing.
She says, I need my revenge on the city, and I can help you. I can help him.
He doesn't know that. Perhaps I need your help convincing him first.
What is it that you want from me?
I want your help to cleanse this city. I made a promise and I intend to fulfill it, but there's so many things standing in my way, and if I don't do things in exactly the right way, then we will not succeed. You have to trust me.
She'll say, I can help you, but I need to be too far away. I need to be brought more into this world.
And she says, okay, trust me that I will bring you here when the time is right. I'm trying to get you to trust me. What about it? Seduce the demon. Oh, seduce the demon.
I mean, that is kind of a manipulate role.
Alright, time to manipulate the demon. Come on, baby, no.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good. That's a 9. I'll
9.
take it. How do I convince a demon? Hey, I don't need to summon you yet. I'll summon you later. Other than promising
this is a little bit. We put the cart before the horse. It sounds like you're reading her.
I might have to read her because I don't know what she needs. I don't know if she needs...
Sounds like you gotta make her read a person roll.
Alright.
Alright.
Oops, I don't know shit. What's it for?
Here, roll the save.
Get that.
Did you just assume a demon's wants?
Demon needs. On a 7 to 9, they must provide concrete assurance right now.
Likes blood. Cut your hand off.
Oh, I could go kill opium dealer. There you go, perfect.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I'm just trying to get the demon to not go to her now, right? I'm just trying to picture it, right? Chill.
Start murdering people for that.
What do demons need, Andrew? They need blood? They need to be summoned. I'm arguing this point. I can't really give it that.
See, the last time you saw a demon, you tried to kill it. This one, you're like, what can I give you? What do you want?
What's a prettier demon?
This demon will help me. I promised the form that this
You didn't
demon
even talk
takes.
to that other demon.
It literally screamed at me with a woman's face on its tongue. That was enough of a talk, man. We were good.
In a way.
Alright.
Have you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Feed me, Ishi.
At least my demons aren't literal.
Got you there.
Got me there. If his demons aren't literal, it's just a giant pile of opium.
At least I'm not literally corrupt. You're getting tainted.
Debatable.
Debatable.
How many of your little Shadowlands taint boxes are checked?
One.
So,
I don't have any.
I got 0.
There's no corruption track, so I'm fine.
Literally the most corrupt city official I've seen in my life.
So,
Yeah. Yo.
I think she'll say that. She'll be like she'll just tell you like prove your commitment to this.
Yeah.
She says I delivered your friend to you. You made me a promise in my life.
I did.
You made me 2 promises now.
Alright. To prove to her, I'm going to do a move. I'm going to start an investigation on, what's her name? Shosuro Hanobu? Hanobu Shosuro? Whatever that is.
Shosuro Hyobu,
Hyobu.
the governor.
Yep.
I don't think she wants that.
She doesn't want, no?
She wants immediate action now.
Immediate action. I'm sorry, I thought me literally stalking somebody was action enough. Sorry. Forgive me. Stalking is not enough.
Well, I'll start an
I have like a
investigation.
move. I have a move.
I know, and I'll have to look at that move
Investigation
again
move.
because that might not work with the powers you have in this thing. But I'll have to look at it as a magistrate, like in this thing,
Oh, okay.
because it might be like Shosuro Hyobu, you're under arrest. Now,
No,
please stamp this thing that says you're under arrest.
No,
notify
that's,
the governor.
That's none of the outcomes.
Okay, but I just gotta look at the stuff. Yeah. But yeah, she wants something immediate.
I don't have a lot of leads, though, lady. You go through my leads and be like, I don't even know anybody who's dealing opium right now.
Open a vein. Open a vein.
But I could pray to the gods. Or commune with your ancestors.
I don't think that's gonna help me right now. They'll be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna speed this one along here.
Honestly, to be honest,
Yeah,
I
she,
don't know.
She's not upset with you doing that, but she wants concrete assurance right now with this. And so I think what in the end you're telling her to like wait, hold on, I'll talk to Yugare. You've got to give me the time to do this. I think we'll have you do another one of the Shadowlands rolls, one of the Shadowlands taint rolls.
Harsh. Alright.
Good for you.
That's an XP.
That's the XP,
yeah,
baby. It's on here. No, it's not.
I got it.
Okay.
So it's like a harm roll. So just go ahead and make a roll +1.
Do you like weird test things?
No, it's alright. It's an
You
8.
can. It's an 8.
That's
All
bad.
right.
This is pretty much what I rolled last time.
This is supposed to only last for a scene, but I'll say like this is like continuing where you can't wear your badge. Is one of the big things. Like you can't wear your badge or like various other like
Continue
jade symbols.
To not, do I have to mark or no?
Yeah, so you have another Shadowlands taint
Oh boy.
Mark,
deal.
Can't wear a symbol.
Yeah, so you kind of continue to not be able to do that. It doesn't quite make sense that it would just be for this like one scene. but like it becomes, you can put it on. It doesn't like burn your hand in a crazy way, but it becomes itchy, or it burns in a way that's not like my flesh is sizzling, my God. But it's enough where it's
like you want a cream
issue
for it.
Sure. And she gets like real kind of like mad, and she says like I want justice. I'm not a demon. I've come through hell to help you find justice.
How did that even happen?
So, but yeah, she just like insists like I am not from hell. There's all this power
that she says you came through hell. What are you talking about?
So she's like, there's all this power at your disposal. Just bring me here, and I can help you.
Now she's starting down to stories.
She already tainted you up.
So
that's in the long version.
Oh, is that why the badful? Because she's like, oh, you're not.
Well, no, he's
not following justice.
He's starting to suffer from the Shadowlands taint. Is what it seems.
Yeah,
is the way it seems. Yeah.
We'll just go on.
Okay. Where did that take place? Oh, we said it just took place like on the street. Is that all just you like as you're walking? Oh, sure. Like I like that. Like there's kind of a dirty alleyway. You're standing maybe next to some garbage, and having that like conversation with her, like kind of talking to yourself.
We see an exterior shot of Kayuda Nakoma, and then the Spartan meeting room in which we met the Emerald Champion. The space is being used as an office for the man that sits at a low desk surrounded by papers. Lit by the gentle glow of a fireplace, Asako Anjo is writing a message when his Yojimbo and assistant, Shiba Hoshi, enters the room. "Sir," Hoshi says, "there hasn't been any response from Hida Ishi and Ryoko Owari or the champion's office in Otosanuchi." Anjo pauses and puts his brush down, not only to read the new messages, but also to ponder the situation, as Hoshi sets some incoming messages down beside his desk. "It would be odd," the older magistrate responds, "for neither Ishi nor the capital to respond to our correspondence about the bandits plaguing Ryoko Owari. Are we sure that the messages were sent properly?" Hoshi, a very smart and formal-looking Phoenix Bushi, further straightens his posture, almost standing at attention. "My lord," he says earnestly, "I brought the messages to be delivered to our courier and gave him strict instructions about the importance of the messages." As Hoshi explains, Anjo opens and scans the messages his Yojimbo has just delivered. As he unfolds one of the messages, a small knotted string falls out. We see a knowing look cross the face of the champion's trusted assistant. "I advised him of traveling only by day while in the territory." Anjo closes the string in his hand and reads the letter to himself. Interrupting Hoshi, Anjo folds the message and says, "Hoshi, your explanation is unnecessary. I in no way doubt your abilities. If there was fault, or perhaps something more concerning, I'll find it tomorrow when I speak with the messenger, and I'll simply deliver the message myself through another courier. Please, don't worry yourself over this matter. You have my utmost confidence." Hoshi pauses, about to offer to send the message for his master, but thinks better of questioning his lord's plan. He simply bows and exits the chamber. Anjo sighs and thinks to himself, patience. What we need to see this through is patience. With that, Anjo tosses the message and the knot into the fire. The small flames quickly catch the paper, but before it is completely destroyed, we see only its final line. "The knots of the lawgivers are always tied." An exterior shot of the castle shows us a young man's body being cut down from the gallows. An Akoma guard looks on and says, "I had thought he was pretty good." A second guard responds, "Well, you're not an Emerald Magistrate." Of course, Lord Anjo could figure out that he was interfering with Imperial messages. The first guard responds, "Yeah, I guess." He's quizzical for a moment, but then shakes it off as we see the Edda carry the body off on a cart. City of Lies is Tone as Kakita Aji, Brandon as Hida Ishi, David as Bayushi Taiyo, Andrew as Agasha Yugare, and Austin as your game master. The theme music for City of Lies is Mission of Danger by Lobo Loco. Additional music for this episode includes Winter is Coming, Adagio, First Snow by Dan Yan Key, and Q5, Dark, Somber, Sad, Spooky Ambient by Solaflare. This episode's intro was done by Scott. This American Dice Ryoko Owari City of Lies uses the City of Lies box set by Greg Stolz, published by Alderac Entertainment Group. The mechanics used is a modified PBTA system by Brendan Taylor of Galileo Games. Join us next time for more This American Dice.